they have broken their alliances. Eastern Rome and Western Rome are no longer allies. They can now go to war. I doubt they will, because it looks like the Vandals will take Salona, and my guess is they'll take it as a new homeland. So I doubt they're going to go to war, because they're not going to have a border in Europe very soon, and they'll have a border in Africa, but neither of them have troops there, so I don't think they're going to go to war. But the fact that their alliance has broken down does say quite a bit. At least I think so, anyway. Oh no, they didn't take it. They're wanting something better, so the Vandals are still moving. Welcome to part 2 of this AI-only campaign for Barbarian Invasion, where I'm going to spectate the AI and just see what's going to happen. We're already about 10-20 turns in or something, and we've seen quite a lot. The Huns have a new homeland, but I'm sure they're going to start trying to build an empire up soon. The Goths, of course, have been mostly destroyed almost. The Sarmatians here, they were forced out of their home, but they founded a new homeland in Constantinople itself, and they're trying to build an empire now. The West managed to survive the civil war, rebelling out of some miracle, whatever, I don't know how they managed that, but they have survived. But now the Barbarians are at the gates, and I think the Barbarians will bring them down, eventually. Yet Alemannia expanding very far from home, taking former Sarmatian territory. They've got a very long-shaped border. Okay, so it seems like the Eastern Roman Empire is finding some new allies. Not what I expected, especially not with the Huns, but they're doing what they think they need to do. And the Vandals have made it into Italy. There's not many Western Roman troops in Italy, so yeah, they could lose a lot of valuable land here, I can imagine. But is this land good enough for a new homeland for the Vandals? I think they'll take something from here, but I don't know which settlement. Will they go for one of these easy ones, or will they go deeper and for Rome? Or maybe none at all. It's just possible that they'll walk straight past and go for France instead. If I was playing as the Vandals, I'd go for Rome, but ooh, the Western Roman Empire. Quite a big army here. If they manage to split them into two, they could wipe out one Vandal army, and that would really weaken them. The Vandals would be left with mostly nothing at that point. If they lose one of these armies, then what would they really have? It's just another army and some extra troops around. That might be enough to take a settlement, but not to expand further than that. And we've had a bit of a rebellion at last. This settlement here has risen up out of the Eastern Roman Empire, so now we have the Eastern Empire rebels here. Although I can imagine the Eastern Roman Empire, with all their troops, they'll be able to take it back easily. Oh, now that's interesting. The Sassanids expanding in so far from home. They took over the Roxolani settlement, turning them into a Horde faction. I don't know why the Sassanids always seem to go up here in AI onlys. Surely Eastern Rome would be the most logical option, but no, they always go north. But if they can get a good empire built up here, then they could perhaps use that for something. Like the Vandals getting themselves in the mountains, they can't really go north without attacking this settlement, and they can't go south because the Roman Empire has troops here, so they're getting themselves stuck. They're getting themselves in a trap, by the looks of things. Oh, now they're pulling back. I don't know what the Vandal AI is thinking, but I'm sure we'll see something come out of it eventually. The Roxolani are trying to find a new homeland, or maybe just destroy the Alemanni. They've got a lot of troops to do with Roxolani, or Roxolani, yeah. They'll definitely be able to take that settlement. Are the Huns there trying to take this territory off the Sarmatians, but they've come in with reinforcements. I don't know if the Huns will win that battle. They've got Goths in their territory as well, trying to get their revenge. Ooh, did not expect this. The Lombardi has also stepped in and put Quadi under siege. Again, I don't think they'll be able to take it. They're outnumbered, so unless reinforcements get involved, I think the Alemanni will be able to hold out. And for Vandals, dead by the looks of things. Maybe they're hiding in the trees. We don't get to see everything, of course, but yeah, the fact that there's no longer that massive Western Roman Empire, army. Strikes me that there was a battle, and both lost a lot of troops. That's what I'm guessing, but I'm not entirely certain of it. Maybe they're just hiding in the trees. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it looks like they're pulling out of Italy now. They've changed their mind. They're going to find a new homeland somewhere else instead. And the Roxolani left it. They let the Alemanni live. Same over here as well. They just pulled back. Interesting choice by the AI. Okay, I'm not going to really commentate on these guys anymore. I don't know what they're thinking. All I know is that they're making a lot of very dumb moves. So I'm just gonna ignore the Vandals and wait for them to do something valuable. Then I'll commentate over them. And the Burgundy and the Alemanni are at war. I'm cheering for the Burgundy. They don't have a... Yeah, they do have a border over here. But the Roxolani have under siege. That's just a fort. There's nothing we can really gain out of that. Yeah. I'm less confident all of a sudden with the Burgundy here. I'm less confident. I don't think they're gonna win. The Sarmatians defended themselves. That's good to see. Oh, and at last, the Western Roman Empire had a rebellion. The Western Roman Empire rebels. Of course, it's not enough to really cause a problem. They'll take that back easily. They should be fine. Okay, but they've actually left the rebellion, and now they've got a lot more armies all of a sudden. They should have dealt with it whilst they could. Yeah, it's been like 10 turns since I last said something, but I don't know what the Roxolani are doing. Same as all the Horde factions right now. They're not really doing anything. The Goths are here now for whatever reason, to take part in whatever's going on in Italy. Looks like the Vandals are thinking about putting a settlement under siege, but they've mostly waited until their enemies bring reinforcements, which I find really weird. Let's see, I don't know what the Horde factions are thinking right now. I'm sure they'll figure themselves out eventually. And now they've split themselves up. And the Goths have vanished off the face of the earth. They're back. The Western Roman Empire has retaken Salona, and yeah, as for these hordes, I don't know if people are still interested in these hordes. At least it looks like the Goths are trying something. Not that they're going to win, but at least they're trying. The Vandals finally put something under siege, and then they pulled back. Some wars being declared there, if you're interested. But I want to know what these hordes are doing. Are they actually going to take a settlement? Will the Romans let them do it? This is the stupidest thing I've ever watched, I think. Right, the Goths lost. Right, it's still the Vandals. They can still do it. They can do it this turn. Yes, they've got a new homeland. At long last, they actually got somewhere. And now they're surrounded by Romans. I wonder how long this is going to last. They're actually under siege as well already. I didn't actually spot the Eastern Roman Empire planning this. They retook Constantinople, so good job to them. Now the Sarmatians, they've only got one settlement left, and it's near the Roxolani Horde on the Eastern Roman border, and they're also neighbouring the Huns, so good luck to those guys. Over here in France, yeah, the Vandals are still under siege, and the Goths still trying to take Berdegilla there. But I think both of the hordes will take a lot of hits here. The Celts are making their moves now. They've taken Ibericum, York, and they're now moving down to London. So yeah, can they kick the Western Roman Empire off the British Isles? Yes would be my answer, but we're not going to know until it happens. And yeah, literally in the next turn they knocked them off. But we've got now the Romano-British faction here that spawned in, which yeah, that should be good to see. What are they going to do? They've put London under siege, and ooh, the Vandals held off. The Goths have joined the Vandals now. They've got some troops nearby. Yeah, this is all a really weird part of the world right now. I'm sure they'll sort out the problems eventually. Oh, and the Western Roman Empire took the Sahara Desert. They've almost destroyed the Berbers. One settlement away and they're done. We've not seen too much from the Goths lately. If I had to take my guess, I would say this is all they have left. These three squads. The Vandals seem to be doing okay for now, but I doubt they're gonna make much of this. Where's the Romano-British gone? It's saying they're about here, so they'll be in the trees with their army somewhere, ambushing or something. Another Roman settlement has revolted, Augusta Trevorum, so that's 2 they've now got to deal with. The Saxons have this one under siege. That will cut off this one to be by itself. Not looking good for Western Rome all of a sudden. Well, it was never really looking good for Western Rome, but it's looking even worse now. They've lost their frontline military settlements, they're going to lose another one. They're going to have another settlement cut off. They've lost this to the Vandals, they've got Goths in their territory. They now border the Eastern Roman Empire again, who could declare war on them any second. Oh, but they're doing well against the Berbers. That's a positive. Not that it really means much in the overall run, but at least it's something. So the Alemanni, free settlement save this long faction, have become a vassal of the Sassanid Empire, which is not something I expected. Would never have expected, but yeah, it's happened. They've also got an alliance with... Oh, it's already broken. Yeah, it must have already... Yeah, they've already broken the deal, that's over. That happens sometimes. But I was going to say they've also got an alliance with the Goths and with the Sarmatians as well, so they were doing quite well diplomatically, but they've lost the vassal now. And the Romano-British putting London under siege. I think this will be the turn where they die, or maybe next turn or something, because the Celts should quite easily be able to send an army down to take that. What's this? Roxolani at war with Western Rome. Ooh! I thought it was nothing, but they've actually made it into their border. They've put Aquincum under siege, and Quad is under siege as well, by the Lombards. So then left the Alemanni free, who are right now being sieged by the Sassanid Empire. Right, so the British pulled back. They're mostly a dead faction at this point. I can't imagine them making any form of a comeback. The Goths trying so desperately to take a settlement. They're not going to do it though. They're not going to do it. The Western Roman Empire would never allow it. The Sassanids pulled off of the Alemanni settlement. Burgundy signed a peace with them, and there we go. The Roxolani burnt down Aquincum. Where are they going to go next? Are they going to continue causing mayhem for the Romans, or will they go for... Well, there's no other way they can really go. They could go north for the Barbarians, but there's no real money there. Or they can go east for the Huns, not something they'd really want to do, or south to this massive Eastern Roman Empire here. No, if I was Roxolani, keep going for Western Rome. They're the easy target right now. Western Rome have signed an alliance, a ceasefire, sorry, with their own rebels. I didn't even know that's possible. Western Roman Empire. Yeah, they actually did it. An alliance, a ceasefire with their own rebels. Interesting. Oh, they actually did it. The Goths took Burdigala. They actually took that settlement. After all those years, they were down to the final few troops, and they took the settlement. It looks more like the Western Roman Empire felt sorry for them and let them have it by the looks of where their army's pulling back to, but they actually took it. I doubted them so much, and they did it. Meanwhile, over here, the AI has pulled off a miracle which we see so rarely. They've actually landed on mainland Europe. London is still under siege by the Romano-British, but it's going to be interesting to see what we can do with this army. Can we actually get a foothold in Europe? And basically, if they do, they'll become the British faction from original Rome Total War, the vanilla one. Some diplomacy there and stuff. The Roxolani have now made it into Italy. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to go. But that's going to end this episode, part 2. Hope you enjoyed, hope to see you in part 3. Overall, what we've seen is, and are about to see, is that the Hordes have begun to settle in France. Will they be able to build big empires in part 3? Well, you'll have to watch the next episode to find out. Will the Celts be able to get a foothold in Europe? Will the Romano-British do anything? Will any more rebellions break out, and what will come of this Western Roman Empire rebel group here? The Roxolani are now in Italy. Will they be able to find a new homeland in Rome itself, or will they just do what the Vandals did and completely mess up? We don't know. And of course all the other factions as well, especially the Sassanids. They could be a really interesting one, because they seem more interested in northern Northeast Europe than their actual homeland. So yeah, where are they gonna go? Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Please do subscribe for more. Please do share it if you know anyone who would be interested. And goodbye.